Hello guys, welcome back. It's time again for another Leetcode challenge. This time we are solving Leetcode number 78, subsets. This question is a medium level question again, and let's take a look at the description in order to start thinking about our solution. Given an integer array nums of unique elements, return all possible subsets, the power set, and the solution set must not contain duplicate subsets. So they want us to give them unique subsets. And we can return the solution in any order. It's very important for us. So that will give us some flexibility here. The first example here is 1, 2, 3. And the expected output is empty, because empty is in any subset. And also every single element, I can choose 1, I can choose 2, I can choose 1 and 2, I can choose 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, and also 1, 2, 3, which is the whole setting here. Just quickly here, there is a Wikipedia explaining about the power set, which I'm linking in the description below. But I'm gonna give you guys a quick explanation here on how it should work in our code. So quickly here, let's say we have this array where we have just 3 elements, 1, 2, and 3. And let's also take notes on the indexes. We have indexes 0, 1, and 2, because any array starts with the index 0. Basically, our work here should be 2 steps. The first step is to add an element to the result set. Or we should remove an element from the result set. It might not make a lot of sense right now, but I'm gonna draw some examples here. Again, we are going to use backtrack and recursion to solve this problem. Let's simply put it back here and indexes 0, 1, and 2. We're gonna let the recursive function do the heavy lifting for us. The only thing we have to do is to add or remove to the result set. So we have to keep track on the elements we have. For example, first step here, we are calling our function, passing the index 0. Index 0 is the number 1. Then this function will grab number 1. Okay? And we still have elements here. We're gonna call the function recursively, passing the next index. It's gonna be index 1, which we will add to our set. Now we have 1 and 2. And yet again, we have another element. Let's call it again. Then we have index 2. Now we have this whole set here. That's going to be our first solution. And when should we stop? We should stop when we reach the end index. In this case, the end index, that's gonna be 2, this index here. Then at this point in time, we have our result set. We simply add 1, 2, and 3 in there. Then, let me click here. Then our recursion will finish here, and then it's gonna go back to the previous state. Now we can just remove things from here. And as it goes back, we have now 3 elements, because we had 1, 2, 3 from the last call. Now we need to remove the last element, and I have 1, 2. We have to make another recursive call here, which is gonna pass index 2, but this time, as we're removing from the set, we are already in the desired index, and our final solution here, that's gonna be 1 and 2, and then we're going to add 1 and 2 to the set. So we'll keep doing that until we reach all subsets, and this is how we're going to solve a problem. So let me show you guys here quickly. First of all, we need to have our result here. It's going to be our solution. That's going to be private. Another private variable, that's going to be nums. That's just to make our lives easier, so we don't have to pass too many items in the function calls. First thing here, nums, return nums, and solution receives a new array list, just initializing them. We also need another list to keep track on the elements that we are holding currently. It's gonna call it cur from currently. Last thing here is to return the solution. Okay, now we have to write our star function. That's gonna be backtracking, where I'm going to pass the first index, which is the index 0 for the array here. And also I'm gonna pass the current array list, which is gonna hold the current elements I'm having for that call stack. Okay. Then I'm gonna just write my backtracking int I and list integer current. Always remember, the first thing that we need to do in any recursive function is to check when it ends. It's gonna end if our index is equals to nums.length. So that means we reached the last element, either on the array or for those stack calls. If so, then we simply add solution, we copy the current list to result, and we can simply return. Again, first step here is to add the element into our current list. So current add nums I, then we call backtracking I plus 1, because we want to go to the next index, passing current. First step is to remove the last element from the set, because we just added here. Then we call backtrack, the recursive function does its job, then we remove the element. Size -1, and we call backtracking again, this time to account for the removed element. Pass I plus 1 and cur. Okay, looks good. Let's try running the code. Yes, it works fine. We can also try submitting. Hopefully, yeah, it works pretty well. So this is pretty much all we have to do to solve this question. we are using backtracking and recursion to do all of this works for us. We simply pass the index plus the current list, which will hold the elements for the desired set, depending on the index. And once we've reached the solution, which is the index equals to the length of the array, we simply add that list into the solution and return. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give your like to the video, also subscribe to the channel, and also click on the alarm bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video.